Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy. Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go! 19!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson, and the catch made by Johnson. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Landry now on the return. 25 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Hey, alert 33. Pistol. Go. Tens the mic.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Set. 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 94. Mike 5'9". Record. Let him go.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He may try and run for this. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
First down, Houston.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Mike 31. Check 59. Mike 24. Mike to 59. Here we go. Twist, let him go.
Out of the gun, Watson going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Landry, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm good. 180. Run. You don't want. Hey, alert. Hurry. Mike 10.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Regular. I got Mike 10 right here. Alpha. Blue down. Point it right. Got.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watch the pass. Check nickel.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. These two teams all tied after one. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check. Hurry. Mike 10.
Mayfield toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. But now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 10. In your face.
Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This is Coleman, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check four. Slant. Undercut.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Hurry! Under 10! Under 10! 10!
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. He's checked.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Hey, echo.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing, Mayfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sione Takitaki. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
You ain't doing nothing today. Check. 29. Check.
Back to throw, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Landry. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
He's coming. We got double up. Back. Point it right. Slam. 36. Watch out.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though, such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Change the mic. Change the mic. Here we go, D. Regular. It's just me and you. Hurry.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Good. 180. Run. Like 10. Hey, Charlie. It's game situation. Let's go. Jim. Pistol. What's that?
A first down throw from Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Where's the tap? 19. All day, dog. Check. 124.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's complete. Stills. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Change the mic. Hey, high 7. Hey.
Here's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Hey, team 6. King. Check the backer, check the backer.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield flush to his right. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, dude.
Mayfield now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick.
By the Texans. His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We're set. We're take. Here we go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. 4 there. Alert. Watch pretty fast.
After the interception, here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Kid had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
180. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry. Real. Tens of Mike. Hurry.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Tevin Coleman. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I'm here all day. Hey, watch it. Check 37. Check 37. Watch the shit. Hey, alert.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Alert.
They run it again with Chubb. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
180. Hey, 133. 10's the mic. Go. Hey, Haywood. I got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, we got Mike. Let's go one more. Hurry. Shot.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone. but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Set, 19, check, 53, mark. I'm trying to collect.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Set, 19, check, you know it.
They will run again with Coleman. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40 and down to the 29-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. Coleman. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Mr. Set, like any egg. Mike is 59, Mike is 59. And we're pretty quiet, team, we're pretty quiet.
On 2nd and 7, Watson nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Hey, 31. 35 to Mike. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go, here we go.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
Let's go, let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Coleman. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't. Because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it. Because once everyone's emotions...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
59 mark, check, 59. Here we go, team. Hey, 31. No time now.
Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the
pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Hurry.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Third and long for Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Come on, now, let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Bend it. Shoot. He's coming.
On third down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Good. 180. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Mayfield to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really all. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's
take
go.
over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
59. No chance.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Mayfield on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
King! I'm coming! Pistol! Hurry!
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all good.